channel, you're definitely watching Black uh, Outrage 28. And in this particular one, we're talking about what's going on with Dr. Umar Johnson. Dr. Umar Johnson always be having some issues out there, and most of his issues is the same situation: money. He made some mistakes, and it always come back to Hunter, brother. You know what I'm saying? So I want to get y'all guys going, and thank you for coming to the channel. When you come in, check in with us. Let us know where you're from. Let us know what you got going on and all that stuff. You know who Dr. Umar Johnson is. Guy is like a psychologist. He's been rocking around in the media world for a long time. People know who he is. He got a little name out there, and he basically is like a scholar. He do got a real PhD. People found out he was really an educated brother. You know what I'm saying? But he went out early on in his career to try to ask for donations, and he got them. He got a lot of donations, but in this particular situation, the people are mad because they're like, "Yo, how are you getting all this damn money and not giving a result?" So I'm gonna try to play some of the people's reactions to Dr. Umar right now and get a little gist of what is going on from the folks. Let's get back to it. Let's get to it real quick. Let me hit the little button up quick and let's see what they saying. I agree with that. I mean, everybody is flawed. No matter who they are, it don't matter who they are or what they claim is exactly their job or whatever their career. Everybody's flawed. You can look at Dr. Umar Johnson and say he's a scammer, he's a snake, he's all the above. And he probably couldn't even defend all that stuff because he hasn't proven what he said he was going to do, which is open up a school, which is what everybody has been waiting for. Like, when you going to do it? And you don't have no real rhyme or reason why it's not there. Now he keep talking about building the school, still building it out, working on it, and all of this. But it's like, bro, how long we gotta wait, or how long do people have to wait? Because I'm not a kid. It's not like the school gonna benefit me personally. You know what I'm saying? But as far as him being online and doing all this stuff, it's like, yo, what's going on with the school? It make anybody will question or wonder. You know what I'm saying? Why everybody keep talking about this guy in the school? Like, what is he gonna do? But by all accounts, it's not coming to fruition. It's not happening. Nobody is seeing this school. And then it's like a physical building. Now he did do that. He went and got a physical building. You could see the building, but it's not like he's actually turning it into a successful location for kids to come and all this stuff. And I was talking to somebody yesterday, my lady to be exact. Let me keep it 1,000. And we was talking, and she said that, the reason why Dr. Umar Johnson don't have the school. What's up, James? And I said, why? She said, because of white people. He's trying to do a school without using white people. And how he gonna get a school done if everybody don't understand he's trying to do it without using white people? So you can't look at him and say, why is it not done yet? All these other schools that exist from all these millionaires like a LeBron James or whoever it be, the P. Diddy's back in the day. These schools are charter schools, which is ultimately ran and governed by white people. And this is what he's saying he don't want to be a part of. He don't want that. So it's a longer journey for the entrepreneur. It's a longer journey for the person who's trying to do it outside of white America. But you understand and know if you do anything within, and you still got to do it within white America because they're going to ask you for zoning. They're going to ask you to check your building. It's got all of these stuff and rules that you got to have just to have a building, just to even have kids come to the school. So it's still stuff that he got to do, and then you got to be up to par with all of this, all of that stuff that you got to do. You know what I'm saying? So whatever, Borg. So let's get back to the message. See what the world got to say because I can talk about it forever, man. I'm one of them people that can talk about it forever. All right, so here goes some more Umar Johnson rhetoric. Let's get to it. So while he do have a point, is my wife always say, she said black people cool and funny because we're great explainers. But where's the solution? So whereas she don't really like the Umar Johnson types that could talk all that good stuff but don't really have solutions. And so you could point out this, that, the third, that it is, and the black people that, and the black people that. I mean, big deal. I mean, everybody is who they are. Nobody perfect. Nobody walking around here trying to fulfill somebody's understanding or ideology. We all living our life, whether people like it or like how you live or not. That's on them. Definitely hit the like button, show some love. You're watching Black Outrage 28. We're talking about Dr. Umar Johnson and the situation that he found himself in with some scenario, but the people are kind of outraged on him, and so we get into the people opinion. So I appreciate y'all stopping by. Excuse me. Appreciate y'all stopping by. I'm your boy Hood. Hit the like button, share the message, and let's get it out there to the people like you. Well, let me just, it's about three statements went by just now. Okay, we got the first lady who was talking about the elderly mother, which is Dr. Umar Johnson's mother, and the conditions of the house. So let's start there first. Number one, if you're an elderly person, it's going to be hard for you to fix the crib up. That's number one. If you're an elderly person, 75, 85, whatever his mother age is, you're not going to be cleaning the house up like that because it's hard to get around, hard to get upstairs. That's a fact. And if you're one of the people that do CNA work to help clean up, you already know that people can't move around their house. You already know that they can't get up and down the stairs to fix food or wipe some shit that they used to do that would be normally done. And if you got a kid or two kids and they travel the world like Dr. Umar Johnson traveled, who gonna come fix any of this shit? So they gotta travel. They have to use these people to come in. Anybody got to do that. If your parent get a certain age, it's not just uniquely to some one or two people. It's if you live your life, you got your job, you can't come home, you can't get off work every day and go to your mother house and fix things, or you can't take off work and just do things for your parent in the daytime. That's just logical. So that right there, I'm gonna debunk that one because I don't think that judging a person because the fridge or the something like that at their mother house that's an elderly person that need a CNA should determine that they, nah, that's whack. The second person was talking about educated person being broke. An educated person being broke. I'm gonna do like Dr. Umar Johnson said 3 times. An educated person being broke. So if you're looking at Dr. Umar Johnson, his whole conversation is the psychological trauma for children. So who's going to hire him at a school when he's going to be trying to stop and deflect all of that shit, which is the prison school to prison pipeline? That's not even 3 people doing that. Most people got a job, they go to work, they take care of their own family. So it's not like somebody is necessarily evil because they doing something and you can't get a job from white people. Like who gonna hire him? Where you going? He should be working at the NFL. He should be working at the NBA because he's a black dude who came from the hood, got the education, and he can teach people about how to be better dads and fathers if that was a thing. But that's not a damn thing. That's not a thing. The thing is, get you a white girl, get you some money, move into a bougie white neighborhood, and live your life. It's not a thing about going back and teaching kids, blah, 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 unless you get money from the government. And the government is already set up all these systems to fucking destroy our neighborhood. So why would they go and build something through some black man with education or give him some school or something like that to help you in the black community when you already feed so many white people in southern, in suburban neighborhoods outside of your town or your city in a jail? You feed them. They don't have to fucking work nowhere. They can work at the prison. You go out there, the whole fucking community work at the prison. So why would they stop them from getting jobs by helping the neighborhood who fulfill those jobs? It don't make sense. It only makes sense if you fix it yourself. Let's go to Adam Campbell. He said Dr. Umar Johnson did nothing but try to uplift the black community. It's a shame. I do believe that, but also people do have a gripe. I mean, the people, they can't be overlooked because of their gripe. You can't look at them and say, "Oh, y'all need to stop. He black." No, if people feel like he shitted on them with money and cheated on them, they also do have a point. They also do have a statement to make. You know what I'm saying? So is he right for taking the money and not fixing it? Should he give a tour of the place every week? Should he give updates online? It's probably ways he could do it to show more. Maybe somebody could come down there, the little young people with the cameras and shit, and do a blog down there. I don't know, but the people do have a right. But it's been 10 years. It's been a lot of damn years. Now, how long do it take to build a school without white people helping you? That's we watching it play out right now. And I said something to somebody. I said, imagine, we always say as black people, why we don't have our own area, why we don't have our own place, why we don't have our blah, 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 blah. And I'd be like, think about it, because if you ever drove outside of your city, like you driving to another town, another state, and then you get to that area where it's like nothing but trees on both sides and farms and big ass open fields and shit, and then you be looking like, damn, it's all this open fucking, it's so much space out here. Like, why are we just clustered in the damn cities? Like, you can just basically come out here and blah blah blah. But we ain't really set up like that. We don't know how to really survive in the woods and all that shit. We live in cities. So I said, if we actually did have the option to go out here to some of these areas and just be like, yeah, okay, we're just gonna make this area ours. Can we really do that technically? Can we, all the education we got, all the schools people went through, all the construction workers we know, can we literally go out somewhere and just take a big, we don't even have a machine to go dig the fucking trees out and knock all that down. You still got to go ask white people. Hey, white people, I know we said we was gonna go build our own thing. We talking about Black Wall Street again over here, but can we use y'all machines to knock these trees down? Because we don't have that. Because technically we don't. Black people don't own shit like that. We got black billionaires and shit who got yachts, homes, mansions, whatever the fuck they got. But they ain't got no machines to knock down trees to build a motherfucking space out there in an open that could just flatten that and then come out there with all these tons of cement to put this foundation down and even build this water structure. This is what the fuck is a city. This is what areas are. Not to say that we can't do it, but I'm saying, where is the people that do that? Where is the new technology that's building so we may not have to dig so far? What can we use some solar shit? We ain't even set up like that to try to go build something. So if somebody trying to build a school, as minute as that is, it's that small as that is, look at how much pushback he get. Whereas what you think would be happening if people was trying to build a city or build a town or build a whole fucking area. This is ours, this your country. That shit wouldn't work for 30 seconds because as soon as somebody dropped a spoon in a damn kitchen or somebody overflowed a toilet, it's gonna be like, oh my God, this is the worst So it's no way you're gonna do something and everybody gonna be like, yes, this is the right way. It's not. And that's where white people are the kings at, not giving a fuck what everybody think. When they said they was gonna open a school, it's right there. When they said they was gonna have a football team and it was gonna be named after the Indians who they conquered, there it is. When they said they was gonna have a high rise downtown, you can drive right past it. So they're not gonna sit here and think that all of these people having a flack against me, oh, they don't believe what I'm doing. They don't give a fuck. You're gonna be just uncomfortable because when in another couple of weeks, this bridge gonna be right here. And fuck, you can ride past anywhere in any town you or me from, and you'll pull up, and it's a building being built. It's a high rise. There's a construction being done. They ain't called you and asked you shit. They ain't wrote a letter to you. They ain't knocked on your door. They ain't leave no form out there saying what you think. You just see it. And that's the world we in. So to try to, I don't think it's cool to just diss a person for his building. Now, if he took the money and squandered it with girls or whatever people can claim and prove, then that's one thing. But just trying to build a school and it's not ready and it hasn't gotten to the point and white people are not involved with no elements of it. Where's the other guy who did it? Like, where's the other two? It's got to be two more people, right? Because if it's only one 3-on-3 that Ice Cube created. In the history of basketball, it's been 100 fucking years. There's never been no other people who had no kind of shit. That's my point. It hasn't. It's only been Ice Cube. That's why this shit is there today. He's the only one who did it. So if it's a school gonna be built and it ain't gonna be having white people involved, this is the only one you're gonna see. It's not three people doing it. It's not charter schools. It's not like that. So it's kind of hard to judge it when it's the first time it's ever being done. So let's get back to the message. And hit the like button, share the message. Black Outrage 28. Let's go. So the pushback is heavy, as you see. It's going to be massive pushback. Who's right, who wrong? You can let me know in the comment section. What's up, Tim? I see you popped in, and so everybody got their little feeling. Let's see what old boy commented on this. Hey, and I agree with this man. I mean, what's dude name? Dude name is Street Media TV. It's spelled just like it's said. But the guy, I agree with him because obviously you see some of the stuff Dr. Umar Johnson been doing, and it's like, even just as a man, you'd be like, man, what the fuck is wrong with this dude? Like, because you think about it, these videos last forever. Like, I'm talking about for centuries. Especially what media has turned into since I was a kid. They're never going away. And then you see the guy, just being known for some of the most wow shit. It'd be like, what the fuck wrong with that? But I guess I don't know if that's a part of his fame or or what it is. But it's like, you know what I'm saying? You're supposed to be talking about taking care of kids and all of this, but you having girlfriend issues and shit, and it's playing out in front of the TV. It's like, nigga, what the fuck is wrong with bro? What's wrong with bro? It's almost crazy media. It's almost crazy entertainment. It's like, damn, this really is happening. Like, okay, dude. But you wouldn't necessarily see that from teachers. They're not necessarily going through stuff with, even if they are the human, they're going through relationship problems, but it's not necessarily playing out at the school. It's not playing out in front of the kids. It's not being visualized and seen at that level. And when you put the cell phone camera and all this in front of it, and you got some girl issue, it's like, man, what the fuck is happening? It's scary almost because you just hoping it ain't you. Like, man, I could never put my personal business that far out. Let's see what he's saying. I mean, when the guy said mental case, I can't deny that. I can't try to fight for Umar in that regard because you look at a person who's been gaining money. My man said right there, 10 years. And you talking about give you some more money. I mean, come on, this is like left field thinking. Like, come on, you supposed to be then hustled up with the money they gave. I mean, just how you thinking. I mean, I guess he do travel the world and shit, so I guess that's a lot of flights you got to take. It's crazy, man. Uh, Michael said, I got a question for a decade. This Negro been talking about the school. When is it going to open? I don't think it's going to open, bro. I really don't. Life is funny. Say he the king of panhandling. Man, that you right about that. It's almost like those evangelistic preachers that go up to the people and talk the goodness. And then the people be like, look, hit him with some money. Hit him, hey, we need a plane. We need a plane. And then the people be like, you need a plane. Yeah, give some money. You know what I'm saying? Hit the like button, hit the share button. We need that like button to run up with some more. I appreciate y'all coming to the channel. Black Outrage 28. Michael said, and the sad and maddening thing about it is gonna send this funky bad biscuit, fat biscuit money. People gonna send him some money, and that's a fact. That's the idea of raising money. It's a billion people in the world. When billions of people in the world, matter of fact. I remember being a kid, and as a kid, like every year when I was a kid, at some point it would be like one of the stations. I think it was like Channel 9. I think that was like they call that WGN in Chicago, and they would have Jerry Lewis would be on there, and he would be like this old white guy. And when I was a young kid, I watched him in black and white. They have black and white movies, and then he got older, and this would be how he made money. This would be how he made. I think he called it Jerry's Kids or something like that. Then the comedians would be talking about it because they would have all these real eminent looking black dudes on there and all that stuff, looking like they need money. And it was just crazy when we was kids seeing that. Then there was that lady Sally Struthers. She was out there and she'd be like, I just need some money. Jimmy Baker, right? Yup, Tammy Faye, you know it. You know it, yup, because it's people. Like, so he get a bad deal because what's the difference between those people, the Jimmy Bakers, all these, the internet is here now. So now you got every corner of the earth getting a chance to see you reach for this money. People give it to you. And is it outlandish? Is it wrong? Or is it just another person that found a way? You know what I'm saying? It's people who say they found God. And all of a sudden, it takes money for them to continue on. So you got to tell me in the comment section what you think, man. Is he bogus for this? What you think? Let's get back to his message. We lost a lot of audio for some. So you can almost look at him as like the WWE of blackness because now he going up against some girl in some other element, and now he got robbed or what, I guess his bank going down. So it's like he the WWE. It's like every day is something you got to turn in to see what this dude doing. Hey man, this next level, man. And it's like everybody pissed off at him, and nobody like what he doing. Like nobody. Like it's like you can't find anybody that's okay with what he do. Maybe a few people understand it, but most people is like, hell no, you wrong, man. That's all you doing is grinding on people for money. So he not getting it ain't looking good for the Umar right now. But I think he gonna recover because he kind of still standing for goodness. You know what I'm saying? Trying to get the kids to school. It don't mean he doing it the right way. But if he could get that school started, I don't think people would turn their nose on him. I think people would be like, yeah, you're right. He at least did that. But if another 10 years go by and he never get that school going, or another 5 years even, man, I can't see it being a win for him. I can't see him winning at all. You know what I'm saying? So, and everybody got something to say. I gotta let this little loud commercial play, and then this next person will play. Y'all gotta let me know in the comment. Well, let me see when he come up. But they try to freeze the commercials. Give me a second though. All right, commercial done. Yeah, y'all can let me know who this guy is, what his opinion is about it all. Let me see if I can pop back a little bit. Not this. The boy got mental problems, man. Let me see what they're saying right here in the comment section real quick. We got Tim. Tim said, "Man, that's drama, man." Brooklyn said, "Where's the effing school, grifter, goofy, pan goofy?" People snapping right now, man. People snapping right now. I ain't gonna lie. I get it to you. What's the next one? We got Jim Baker. He said, oh, no, he said Jim Baker, Family Faye. Shawnee said, what up? I thought the Apple Pay and everything was linked to the bank account, if I remember correctly. Yeah, and that's so funny just because I keep hearing people say that. Like, it's almost like he's doing it. He's saying it. It's like, it's almost a scam so right and loud in your face. It's like, what are you, man, come on. So that nigga, Brooklyn said that nigga robbed himself. Mark 30 said, I can't hate the brother. He just did what every other leader has done. True, true. He's gonna be rich. And introvert Cusp said 10 years or 15 years. Man, try 15 years. You're right. Yeah. Michael said, did some big name start offering him help? I don't know. It could have, but I think he'd be keeping that quiet. He never tell exactly who the people is that gave him the help. Introverted Cusp said, my son was 3 when I was thinking about school for him, and he was 18 now. Damn. So that's 15 years. USC for engineering. Woo! Hey, tell your son to loan me 100,000 in about 5 years. That's all I'm asking. 5 years, I'll be a good uncle. Shawnee Brown said, "No, sure. When someone give out their personal phone number on the live stream, no, I think that's a business number, but it comes directly to his phone, and he answer calls because one of my homies. No, I'm gonna keep it 1,000. One of my homies who be on the live sometimes and kick it with me in the comments. He actually called Dr. Umar Johnson years ago. I'm not gonna say his name, but he told me that Umar Johnson literally helped him. He said that his kid, who lives with the mother in another state, was it maybe about 9ish, and he said the kid had in school, a new school, took a knife to school, and I think he either took it to school or he may have stabbed the kid, something that he did, and they wanted to kick him out. Obviously, in another state from Chicago, they don't give a damn. You know what? You get the hell out! What the fuck? So they was trying to kick him out the school. So he don't know what to do. He's from another state. So my buddy, like, I can't drive down there and fix it. So he called Dr. Umar. And Dr. Umar told him all this stuff. He sent him his book. And I swear to God, my boy said he utilized every step that Dr. Umar said, and then it quelled the situation and got his son back in school. And I was like, damn, you serious? He said, man, I'm telling you, man, it worked. He said, that guy really did help me. He said, so no matter what nobody say, I'm telling you for a fact, he helped people. Told me that. My kid's way too old for that, but I was just like, damn, for real. That was really something that shocked me. So I mean, this is like a personal first-hand account where somebody told me that he specifically helped them and their particular child in the situation. And I was like, wow. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, he said, man, he answered the phone and everything. I'm like, wow. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like he's one dimensional. You know what I'm saying? Like taking a people money and then it's like, yeah, let me go to the club and be like, yeah, they so stupid, man. Hey, drinks on everybody, man. You know these people paying for it. He ain't doing that. He not doing it and getting puppies and fighting dogs and being like, man, you know these people pay for these dogs. That dog costs 5,000, boy. He's not snaking. He might be doing something that he can't fulfill. You know what I'm saying? He might do something he can't get done, but just to say he just foul and bogus. And this is way before this scenario. This like a maybe 2 years ago. My boy told me this. Maybe a year and a half. Then my boy told me that. So it was like a real situation that he had went through, and I was just like, wow. So it was just something that I want to keep that 100. That somebody did tell me that. You know what I'm saying? Rizza Muhammad said, "What up, though, Tim? I see you in these YouTube streets." Michael, what? Really? No, that's a fact. My buddy told me that. Shawnee, and everything worked out. So the kid is back smooth. Shawnee Brown, I don't question that Umar has a certain level of intelligence. I just question his tactics about getting money from people. Well, I mean, it's really weird, man. About getting money from people because who knows what's the right way. You know what I'm saying? Let whole boy tell you some more about what he got going on about the idea. You tell me my hair right now. They keep giving me those stupid commercials. So give me like 3 seconds. No, I ain't trying to necessarily, but bro, what's his name? Introverted cuss. I'm not necessarily saying that his behavior is not or condoning it. I'm just saying that two things can be true. He could be helping out and scamming. You know what I'm saying? But if you want to look at it from the perspective of the court of law, they not gonna care. They're not gonna be like, well, I was a upstanding citizen and I did all this good stuff, but you still hurt the community, blah 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 blah. So it go both ways. Again, in the reality of the fact that people gonna still hate you no matter what you do. It don't matter what you do. Somebody gonna be mad. Somebody gonna be pissed off at your antics. So you can't please everybody. But if you're doing something, then you're doing something. You know what I'm saying? Tim said true for what he said. RZA said introverted cuss. Yeah, he's a mug in my opinion. Well, I mean, everybody agreeing with that. So it's no defending the today's his antics. Did his bank account really get robbed? How would somebody know? So let's see what dude say. He probably got some insight. Let's go. So the bro, he giving out the real insight, and it looked like that the scam is in. I mean, I don't care what nobody say, because what he's saying is still true. Just actually having a separate bank account. But no, you know he don't like the white girls. But it don't seem like that he did the right move if all he did is just like he said, why is it all in the same bank? Like, all this is stuff that I would assume somebody would know. You know what I'm saying? When you just I mean, somebody especially at his level is like you would assume that you're just supposed to be, you know what I'm saying, like that, It's crazy, man. Tim said Sarissa said maybe it did, but his credibility been hit. That's true. Michael said we were all calling it. Yep, everybody knew. I agree. I don't think nobody thought that he was going to really pull a screw. 10 years, dude just said 10 fucking years, man. That's crazy. Shawnee said, "I want him to stop putting his mom in the mix in the conversation. That's a sympathetic tactic." Yeah, yeah. I mean, I think those people have been putting his mom out there too. But yeah, elderly mom, all that stuff, and he probably, if they did hit his bank account, imagine how much money it did. What y'all think? How much money he got hit? He probably got hit about what 5,000, 10, 20,000, something like that. Never know. You know what I'm saying? Because he utilized the money for his own life and all that. So you really wouldn't really know how much he got hit up with. So let me see what these guys got to say. Let's get care all that stuff. Let me see what dude got to say. We heard what he had to say already. And what's wrong with that? I mean, again, like they used to say in my hood growing up, everything ain't for everybody. So you should be okay with people getting money, and it shouldn't make you lose your control unless you're one of the people who actually gave money. Now, I always tell my wife one thing, funny as I would say, how do they actually help whales? When they ask you to send money to help whales, how are they actually helping them? Do they take food down there? Do they swim with them? How are they actually helping an animal this big, tons of? How could a human, us people, help that? Help them? How? I mean, do God send the water? God made the water. God made them. So if people send money for help the whales, you gonna go smack them upside the head and say you really ain't helping whales, dummy? You can't help the whale. How could they help an animal? That's not true. None of that's true. Even if you look at the Red Cross of these things, they take percentages of the money and take it and pay for the operation. They don't necessarily give that money to the victims who in some type of crime or situation. They take the money in a percentage, a large percentage. goes to paying the fees of the people who got the jobs, who go show up, the first responders, the food, the items you got to take. So it's not all exactly what you think. Like, oh, they giving it to help. Even when the thing happened in Katrina and FEMA went down, and they had gave all these money and all this stuff to FEMA, everybody was like, I ain't getting none of that. I ain't getting none. People were stealing and scamming and hustling. Everybody turn their eye when there's other folks that's doing the same thing. But when it's a black dude, it is glaringly bogus. And I ain't saying that he ain't bogus. I'm just saying that you can see the hypocrisy. Let me let somebody else take the message away. Because I know somebody else is talking about this, man. This has been like going on for a minute, and you would assume that Umar would have kind of fixed his thing by now because people ain't feeling it. People looking at you like you scamming, but I don't think he look at it so much like it's a scam. I think he look at it like it's just a process of what you got to go through. You know what I'm saying? RZA said, everybody knows somebody like Umar. We know how these dudes move. Mike RZA said, facts. Uh, Mike said, yo, that insight you're putting in is on point. Oh, appreciate that, bro. Oh, no, you talking about dude right there. Yeah, I say, fuck me then. All right, my nigga. No, I'm bullshit. All right, say it's the guy who thinks he deserves reparations for something neither he or I were involved in and putting that energy into getting a job. Boy, you got a mental damn problem. I ain't even talk about that though. But you show something wrong with you, my nigga. If you don't think black people deserve reparations and that black people should just go get a job, man, there's something fucking wrong with your brain. But I'll let you live your life. Uh, to be determined, Jenny. Uh, Jenny said it doesn't take 10 years to open a school. That's true. I have a family member that opened a school in 2 years. But Jenny V, we got to keep it in perspective. White people is involved with that person who you think or who helped open that school, and that's what Umar Johnson is trying to do and not do. He's trying not to have no white people be involved. So we got to keep that in perspective too. Again, it's something that's unorthodox. It's not normal. It's not what you were seeing, or it's not what somebody have done before. So they might have a school, but there's certain things that they did to get it done, and he's not doing that. And I think he even said at one point he won't even have girls at his particular school. So if people send in money for a person that's not going to have girls at a school, I mean, what if the city or the state say you can't have a school that's not co-ed? So this might be things you just can't get a school open if you got certain kind of parameters that you're trying to stand on. He said he won't have gay teachers at his school. He don't want the kids to have that. In some kind of America today, you think the person gonna be able to open a school like that? It probably won't even happen. You know what I'm saying? Even if you come with that perspective. Tim said, really stay tuned to the interesting. Stay tuned. This is interesting to each their own. Put it in. Said Umar is an MF who will take your grandma life bill money. That's a fact. And I ain't gonna never say he won't do that. But people be on a super hustle, man. Man, I'm talking about a super hustle, and it ain't nice. It ain't pretty. You know what I'm saying? But okay. I said he got TBD said he got to get with somebody that did it already. His blueprint broke. That's a fact. I agree. TBD, he ain't RZA. Michael, I'm subscribing. Finally see a live with some common sense. Okay, I appreciate that, brother. Definitely appreciate that. RZA. Tim, how you feel about Umar? Let's get Tim to tell us what it is, my brother. Oh, I'm gonna flip over here till you write it down. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Hello, ma. Ma, yeah, I'm doing my live video. I saw that Zine call, but I couldn't really flip over. What's going on? Okay. I'm just seeing if you want to go to lunch out here at Juggle Up today. I don't mind, but I'm still doing my live. Y'all heading right now? In a minute, just give me a call when you get through. I'll see. Okay. 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 Sorry for that, man. That was a damn snack. I had a snack. Thanks, bro. So I can't get the sound tweaking. I'm frozen out. Frozen out. Yeah, I'm frozen, y'all. Shit. Yeah, there you go. Okay. I was freeze. Sometimes we freeze and shit. You can already imagine that. But we had a few little comments coming in. Let me see. He said he was Brooklyn said he was gonna make a video and say the school and everything. Yeah, he didn't do it. And Michael said, "LOL." RZA said, "I never did trust him." Yep, to be DBT there. That's crazy. Tim said, "Wished him well though." That's true. I thought just like he's saying right here about Boyce Watkins. We wished Dumont Johnson well. We thought that it was gonna happen, but 10 years, nobody can get away with that. It don't matter what you do, like other in your personal or other elements of your career, but that right there, you crossing a big ass line, not fulfilling that. You know what I'm saying? Rizza Muhammad, I tried to give him a chance. Tim, he's intelligent. I'll give him that, but not for how he talked to his principals. Don't align. How he talking his principals don't align. Street Life, New York, Manhattan said, "Man, get a job. You get money somehow, somewhere." I'm not convinced. If you was as valuable as you believe you are, you wouldn't be able to be begging, and I'll have people already helped you. Well, that's true, but like I said, there's a lot of people that beg, there's a lot of people that ask for donations in a lot of arenas. So, Michael said, Umar, remind me of the Wino George in my town. He was always saying he was going to have a couple of dollars today because I'm going to detox tomorrow. Now, now, mind you, George has been there for over 15 years. Oh, shit, no sound. That's right, I forgot about that. What happened to the sound? I don't know. That shit should be coming back. I hope that shit come back because I don't control that shit. It's sound working. Yeah, sound working on my end, but I don't know why it ain't working on y'all end because I don't control that part. But we good on my end with the sound. Let me see if I can go back to the video though, and let old boy finish the thought. What up, baby? What's good? Thank you, Jay. With you, Rizzo. Yeah, that was O'Shea. That was O'Shea Duke Jackson talking about it right there on his point, and I agree with him in a lot of ways because it's like, dang, what I mean. And if these guys all got PhDs, one is in psychology and he want to do goodness, one is in finance and he want to do goodness. Why can't you come together and come up with a coalition or a program or something? Y'all went to all these dissertation type educational institutional moments, and you can't come up with a program. White people could come up with an MBA, and they could have a commission, and then they could have 29 owners, all being billionaires. Nobody fight, nobody get shoot, nobody get shot, no beat ups, no meet me at the barbecue. I'm gonna kick your ass because of what you did or said. Your team, you got a person that I wanted. It's like we man, the tribalism in the hood in the black community is crazy. The black outrage is done. It's just it's happening, man. Rich Muhammad said, "Boys got that rolling farting vibe too. I don't mess with them either." Yeah, it's again everybody got their monolithic position. It's not like it's like even in a black media or black leaders, it's just like rap. It's like I don't rock with you. You from another town. If you say this or say that, then you keep coming against me. So that means I got to defend myself. It's not like it's like again. They could have the NBA and they could never beef. They could be in the NBA and they'll never have a fight. It's not no shootouts. You never see nobody ride down on the other one and choking them out and being like, we had to call the police because the guy who run the Raptors, he came and jumped on the guy who run the Pistons. It's not like that. You know what I'm saying? They don't even use their team players as a gang. Like, you know what? I don't like that guy over there. When you get on the court, make sure you break his arm. Like, it's all done above board, and you can watch it all play out. Everybody get to live great lives. It's legal. So why can't the black guys that's in this smartness, not forget the fact that somebody could run fast or somebody could eat a lot of food somewhere. The fact that they got degrees in education to that extent that they can't come up with 3 or 5 more people just like that, and then be like, you know what? Let's go. Look, Wu Tang from the Staten Island projects could come together, 9 guys, and make a rap album and still be in cahoots with each other 30 years into the future. 30 years into the future, they still in cahoots. They might not be next door neighbors. They might not be hanging out with each other every weekend. But when it comes down to different kind of shows or different elements of let's get the album done again, it's a reunion time. They pop in. But when it comes to these leaders and the black guys who went to school and they named the colleges they went to and the universities and how long it was, they can't come together and say, you know what, it's the chat. They could just put it in Chat GPT. How do we get together and work? ChatGPT will not turn you down. They'll never be like, nah, that ain't gonna work. They will literally give you a reason to say, yo, do this, that, reach out to that person, this dude, and then if you could do that, then you could do that. I don't understand it. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you could tell us the tribalism from the cultural slavery or whatever history of Africa, whatever the hell it is, because they can't even just come together and come up with a program and a process. And it's no beef. It's no what's the stress? You just don't understand it. So you got to let me know because Umar Johnson and them got all these damn degrees, and it don't fucking make no sense. All they doing is beefing. You might as well just call it the Umar rap freestyles and the voice Watkins. They can't come together. You know what I'm saying? And it's simplistic if you ask me. It's like, come on, y'all, we all in the same game. We all in the same situation. It's like what is it? You know what I'm saying? Meanwhile, white people own every city, everything, gentrify when they want to, introduce any kind of system that lasts for decades, hundreds of years into the future. Vote whoever they want in, keep out what they don't want you to get, build what they want when they say though. But y'all can't even come together for let's do a book. Like fuck everything else. We might not be able to figure all this shit out. Let's just make a book. You half the book be your fucking thoughts, half the book be my thoughts. We ain't even gotta argue. You fucking ain't gotta think about shit I want. I ain't gotta think about shit you want. Let's just make a book. Because in the '60s, they was murdering them kind of brothers. Martin Luther King murdered. Malcolm X murdered. They could have made a book. They could have came together and said something. But at that time, I wasn't alive, so I ain't gonna say exactly what it was because I don't know. Assumably, they couldn't come together, and then they had to. Not that they never came together, but their ideologies was different. That's what I said. So hit the like button. Hit the like button. Show some love. Let me know what's popping. Let me go back. I'm trying to read some more of these comments and shit we got. What's up, Charles? Mike said, right? Ivy said, that's black culture, bro. Well, you going crazy, hey, goddamn. But it is that he telling the truth, shit. That is the fact. Without even going deep into a conversation of thinking, it's just that's what it is. And what can you say? RZA said, TBD said, RZA, you know what time it is. Rizal Muhammad, Hood Films. Where you from, homie? If you disclose that, yeah, you going real informational deep, bro. Let's keep it. Let's keep it on the surface, man. Keep it on the surface, bro. Mike, do you feel at any given time that we can ever have solidarity? Yeah, of course. It'll happen. It'll happen. You never know what's gonna make it happen. When I was a kid, actually when you start learning about the divisions, TV at that time was running your whole life because you just watch TV. And it was always like, it's gonna be Martians. Third, I think it was a movie called Fourth Encounters of the Third Time or some shit like that. Third Encounters of the Fourth Time or something like that. We was kids. And it was all like these Martians was gonna come and then white people was going to be the first people to talk to him, but they was going to have that black janitor dude that was going to be close by and shit. He going to be with them too. So you got it's just images that make you think that something could happen in the future. I even thought that when the internet came around that it was going to make everybody be come together because of the fact that we could all talk and communicate with each other. But I got close to the internet like 96, 97. So now in the major future of my life, the internet is more like the place that made everybody get together and be like, yeah, fuck them. We all rock with each other. Yeah, I don't like them, man. We all rock with each other. It's not a, it made people come together, but more like-minded people came together versus we all gonna kumbaya and hold hands on the chat box and shit. That didn't happen. You know what I'm saying? Charles Bird said, "Black men are the original builders." I agree. Yeah, TBD said he laughing at the chat. RZA said, "Yeah, I see you do too." TBD. Tim said they want to make a university. Yeah, he could have put it, but could have made a university. That probably would have been more, maybe acceptable. Yep. So, and his ego, he said, that's why black people can't get together. Tim said, very simple. Yep. TBD said, if my name ain't on it, it ain't right. That's true. That's true. A lot of black people feel like that. Elizabeth Muhammad said, "Hey Hood, I'm subscribing, bro. I appreciate that." Benjamin Morris said, "Jews brothers." He's just gonna put it out there and say, "Fuck it." Hey, just put it out there. You know what I'm saying? They ain't got shit to do with the conversation, but I guess TBD, they was beefing too, though. Damn, it's going down outside. Rizal Muhammad. That's why I asked Hood. I respect that I'm the same way. No doubt, my bro. So, we just heard a whole bunch of shenanigans, but I'm gonna let this lady explain it because I gotta go take a leak. Let's get it to it. So that's supposed to be his daughter flipping out on him like that. See, that's another thing too. So it's like people be under mad stress. Imagine that's your kid seeing your celebrity and she jump online and now she bugging out on you in front of the internet. Like you can't even pull up to the side and be like, look, we'll come over there so we can talk. She like, fuck that. Ah, what you gonna do then? Like how do you help yourself? How do you fix that? You know what I mean? What do you do to fix that? Can you fix that? That is that relationship broken forever? It's like a lot be going on in people's lives. You know what I'm saying? I ain't saying that that's something that's crazy, but I mean, it's crazy. Let me see what else she got to say. It looked like she said something else. Whoa, whoa. So you see, it gets really, really deep when you're talking about family and kids and what the fuck, man. I don't even understand what that girl was just going through right there. But that's her dad, so she claimed. So she feel like she could come at him like that and talk that way. I'm looking at her like, who gonna be your husband? Like, I mean, forget your daddy. Like, you're a grown woman. You're gonna eventually want to get a husband. If he see you yelling at your father like this for, I mean, you could say not being in your life or whatever her reasons are. What the hell gonna happen to me? How am I gonna date you? How am I gonna be in a relationship with you if I be like, you know what, it ain't working out? You guaranteed to snap out. You guaranteed to flip out and put me on the internet or do something outrageous. So I don't even understand how she think that that's going to be appealing to a guy. Then she sit there and say, "Keep black men accountable." What the hell? Your dad, you gonna be dating one in the future, or are you saying you ain't gonna date one if they're not accountable? Like, man, now that's his daughter. I would definitely say she got a mental issue. I wouldn't give a damn what nobody says. Something wrong. Now it could be the dad daughter relationship that got her tweaked out, but man, that's next level what she on. I ain't even lie. The hell going on? Hey, Avi say Jesse Lee Peterson is a good black dude. Well, buy him some flowers. Melissa St. Justy said she talking like people don't know, and she would not care to be a daughter, but because he is famous, and I agree with that. Because you think you just gonna throw your dad under the bus like that in front of the world? Like we already know. I mean, people already got their opinion because he's a celebrity person. So I guess that's gonna be her celebrity trying to tear his fame down or tear his name down. And that's dumb because whatever he make or become, you're gonna be the lineage receipt. You're gonna get it from him. You know, you inherit it. So people be self destructive, I suppose. But hit the like button, y'all. What's up? Let's read these messages. RZA said, "Yeah, that killed his credibility right there. She exposed real on him a few months ago. Yeah, so I mean, but that's your family though. It's like, girl, shut up. You know what are you doing? You know, what I mean, can you tell somebody to pipe down if they in that mindset and they feel like they don't care and they don't even look at your celebrity like something that should be respected or help you build it, even like, you know, treat me like the cake boss. Like everybody work at the damn cake factory. Don't nobody being there throwing cake flour around and being like, this dumb, I hate this shit. Everybody work at the cake. Whoever married the sisters, they work at the cake factory. You know what I'm saying? Like, why did they don't help the family build it? This is another thing about the disconnect. It's like everybody's so disconnected. It's not no, you basically are an island because nobody's going to help you build shit. They're just going to tear you down no matter what you're trying to build. JR said, instead of this ver- venting, I can't see what that says. Why don't she venting? Okay, why don't she just call the man? She did it on the social media to get the attention like he does. Yeah, so I guess you're right. She keep it in the family. She said, I guess that's how you gonna talk. That's how we got to communicate. Well, I'm just gonna get online and I'll put it on Facebook or whatever. I guess she'll have some kind of celebrity putting the world out there to know that's her father. You know, maybe one day she might turn into one of them and be like, yeah, whatever her name is, Princess is what he called her. So, you know what I'm saying? But she pissed off. Somebody got a picture of her looking kind of a little sexy too. Y'all don't think y'all can see it though. Can you zoom it? I can't show it, y'all. She not moving. It's just a still photo. Michael, man, my 6 year old gets man, when my 6 year old gets home, I'm gonna hug her tight. Yeah, because boy, you better talk to her because old girl, man, you don't want to turn them into an enemy and they're supposed to be your offspring. What the hell? Whereas Muhammad said she did that, Jay, and she did that. Jay and Henry did her mom's wrong too. Damn. So that's great. You know, so you girl, any kid gonna rock with the mom. You already know that. Tim still here. There's no cool symbols for a subscription. You're a live man. Vladimir, big bro, he's a clown. It's been 30 years since he was supposed to build a school. Yeah, that's a long time. I don't know if it's been 30. I probably give him 15 though. 10, 15, he's been talking about it. He probably had great intentions at first, but man, you never know what that money do to people. See, sometimes people money make you more who you are. So when he first thought of the idea and maybe was pushing it at first, it was just an idea. But when it took off and then you start get the whole internet sending you money, you probably like broke to him is probably being less than 150,000. You know what I'm saying? So he probably like, I need more money. Like, what's going on? Hey, I got robbed. Hey, it's 150,000. I can't dip into that. Send me more. You never know what the real reality of what somebody got going on, man. So, my man will say, F Dr. Umar Johnson, man. I'm talking to my snow bunnies. Ain't nothing wrong with it, bro. I don't think Umar gonna ride down on you at the carnival, man, and jump you with your snow bunny, bro. I believe you free. Go ahead and do your thing, my guy. Don't worry about Dr. Umar, man. He'll be all right. He got his hands full anyway. This is actual daughter flipping on him, man. He the last dude that needs to be playing with anybody. This is actual child. So now you can see probably just by that announcement alone why he supposedly have gotten robbed within the last week. Because he said that he was going to be having the school dropping in August 2025. You heard it said right out of his own mouth. And he did not have no school ready. So I think that that would be a nice little moment to come out and say, I've been robbed. Hey, hey, everything. Guess what happened, y'all? I'm scared, man. Man, oh my God. So it's crazy, man. It's just crazy, man. My boy Avi said, people listen to this Inga, and he came and keep his family in check. That's bogus business right there, man. That's bogus business right there. I don't know if you're gonna really be able to keep your family in check and they get a certain age. You know, I mean, because people are people and shit, and they flip out on you at a certain age. It's really nothing you can do technically. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, it may be a better communication or marrying a mother, all that stuff that your parents say could have probably helped them out. But you know, I mean, what could you say, man? You know, but Doc, right now, he got a bad, it's a bad look on Doc, man. And then from the comments, from the comment section, everybody's saying the same thing. So I'm gonna have to go with that. This looked like a dope response to that last video. This is right from him. So let's go right to it because I never seen this video. Y'all probably never seen this video. Let's get right to it. Hit the like button though. Y'all show some more love on that like button, baby. Run it up. Right. So that's his mindset. You got to pick a side. Either you with your mama or you with me. These be real tragic these be just tragic events in a lot of families. So to judge him and say he's uniquely bogus because of his scenario, that's come on. It's a lot of broken families in the world. But about the money in the school, that would be more the poignant moment. But we did get a chance to see how his actual family feel about him. That's the people that he got to see at Christmas, Thanksgiving, birthdays, you know, and that's really telling. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. You know what I'm saying? If that's the right idea. For Arisa said, I've seen the story. He wasn't in her life. She was trying to have a relationship with him, and he was claiming she was sending child support. He ain't nurtured the respect she's supposed to have. Yeah, I mean, you know, I guess I'm trying to say people are flawed. You know, you if you judge the guy off of his relationship with his daughter, you probably gonna be judging the wrong thing. You know, people are flawed. You know, people don't get it right. You know, people make mistakes. You know what I'm saying? But that is his kid, and she looked really unhappy. You know what I'm saying? She pissed, and so now that's something he got to deal with that. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if the kid ever gonna come back around because that's really what happened, man. Those kind of times people don't come back around. You know what I'm saying? So you never know if that's gonna ever happen again for him. We'll see. You know what I'm saying? Dr. Umar, we'll see. But as far as that go, man, I think I'm gonna let y'all ride out on this one. We came to the end of the podcast. You're watching Black Outrage 28. We got really into this conversation. We talked about it and gave it a little conversation that it deserved. Is Dr. Umar Johnson some weirdo playing with people? You know what I'm saying? Really not gonna open no school. Never was gonna do nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? And then now he's just using the money. Now he said he was gonna open the school next month. And now this month is over with. He ain't opening the school no more. He got robbed by the bank. The bank's it's like it's nonstop. I don't know if you want to say nonstop chaos, but it's nonstop. You know what I'm saying? Vladimir, so any idea Any idea you bring to the forefront has to get challenged. Dane destroyed him from his alleged degree to his bloodline. Yeah, well, I don't know. I mean, to challenge a person's bloodline, I think that's a stretch. You know what I'm saying? But, hey, what can you say, man? You know what I'm saying? Jackie, what they do? He said, Mike said, love the vibe in this live. Take it easy, King. Yeah, I appreciate y'all too, man. We'll jump back on here either later today, 7-ish. Tomorrow, we're going to jump back on some new stories and we're going to rock out again. And I appreciate y'all rocking with me this far. So at the end of this video, you're going to either see a video at the top where you can see the whole live stream and actually the whole playlist. And then at the bottom, you can actually subscribe to the channel, hit the bell, all that stuff, share the message. Appreciate y'all. We'll be right back in a minute with a new episode of Black Outrage. Peace. Almost 10. Added 10. Added 10. An hour and 20 minutes.